There are two kinds of people who write. The kind that write to be writers and the kind that write to be called writers. Which are you?
I'm the kind that writes to pay for gas.
What are you writing about?
Not much. My life so far.
I hear that all writers do, even if they don't realize it.
I guess that makes sense, but there's got to be something deeper, I think.
Water, just water. Oh, extra ice, please.
What?
Sorry, I was talking to the waitress.
Oh, my mistake. Good choice, though. Good water's hard to find.
And the water's good here?
I don't come for the liquor or the lighting.
Well, perhaps you should. I hear a little bit of darkness and inebriation can do great things for a writer. Look at Poe.
I'd rather not fashion myself after him. The guy had a sad life.
We all do, friend. That's how places like this stay open.
That's true.
But I should have asked before I sat down. It was impolite, and besides, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Besides, I could use a little break from the monotony.
You always were a gentleman.
Thanks. Have we met?
Quite a few times. Not that you'd believe me.
Why not?
I suppose you could. You mortal types aren't always careful about what you believe in, so long as you only have to believe in it for a little while.
Ouch.
Well, it's true.
I guess, but still, it's not a good way to start a conversation.
I started this conversation by pretending to be interested in your life and laughing at your jokes. That's polite enough, right?
So, you mortal types. What's that supposed to imply? That you're not one? So what are you, then?
Important. To you, at least.
If that's a come on, you're at the wrong place.
It's a fact, friend. Don't joke around. You know I didn't mean it that way. You're not my type, and I'm certainly not yours. You're, much more interested in that long-haired brunette sitting 2 tables back.
So does that make you an angel or a demon?
Why make distinctions? Angel is a very general category. Besides, once you think about it, it's really just politics.
Well, that answers that question.
I suppose it does. We all start out on grace, and there's only one other side to switch to, and that takes effort. Think opposite of original sin, and you'd be close.
So what's your name?
Not important. Besides, you'd mispronounce it, and I'd feel awkward, and the whole conversation would be shot.
So are you here for my soul, then?
I'm not here for the liquor or the lighting.
Touche. Well, I'll admit, I don't believe you, so go ahead, make me an offer.
You don't sell your soul. That's a metaphor. Read your Bible. We either have your soul or we don't. There's no underlying economy. Otherwise, we'd have haggling, value assessments, depreciation, inflation, and ultimately a flooded market. I'm here to offer you something, but it's free. All I'm offering is perspective.
Seems like eternity could give a lot of that.
You're not kidding. That girl, the brunette, she needs a good man. You know that better than I do. You've known her since middle school, and she's introduced you to almost every guy she's ever dated. And there's a running theme. They're all jerks. They abuse her, neglect her, or just abandon her once they get what they're after. She's been raped, punched, and once she was even locked out of her own house. You remember that, right? That was the night that she called you because she thought her loving man was cheating on her. A couple of hours later, she comes home to find a strange car in her driveway and the door locked and bolted. That's the kind of stuff these guys do to her, and they've done worse, too. It's a small town in Georgia, so use your imagination. But that's only one problem. The rest is this. She's stuck. She won't let herself date a guy who treats her right. She doesn't think she deserves it.
This is crazy. How do you know all this?
That's not important. What is important is that when I leave here, she's going to walk up to you and start a conversation. She'll look for an opening, probably by asking you what you're writing, and here's a piece of advice. Keep it short. She's not really interested. She doesn't have a lot of courage, though, so if you don't ask her to sit down, she'll walk back to her car, telling herself she is a total spaz. while you continue to sit there and write about your life and the lack of her in it. But that's not the only possibility. You could invite her to sit. Maybe you two hit it off and decide that you like each other. You will, by the way, as if you didn't before. I can personally guarantee that you will find a new kind of happiness that you only dreamed of.
Dreamt.
Okay? Fine, Mr. English major. Dreamt. At least for a little while.
So then what happens?
So you've decided to believe in me for a little while. Sadly, I really can't tell you what'll happen. That's up to you and her. Mostly you, though. She's the kind that lets life happen to her for the most part. Maybe that life has you in it. Maybe not.
Oh, I see. So she'll love me, but she won't really love me.
Of course she will. What's not to love? But you have to understand that a girl like that, a person with her mindset and experiences, you have to speak her language. You see, to her, happiness is a delicacy. It's something she only gets on special occasions. And let's not even talk about love. The point is, if you make someone like that very happy and sustain that happiness for a long period of time, they get very paranoid. Every now and then, you've got to cater to her worldview.
Why does that sound like a euphemism?
I suppose it is. But just the same, it's true. Every now and again, you're going to have to make her miserable, or she'll leave you. Plain and simple.
That doesn't make sense.
Not to you, maybe, but remember, this is her we're talking about. It's the way she understands men. Men are unstable. Men are romantic one minute and indifferent the next. Men can be abusive if you don't know when to leave them alone, and men cheat on you if you're not doing something right. But you can tame them. To her, the secret of keeping a solid relationship is not talking about it. If a man cheats on you, don't bring it up, or he might leave you. Just ride it out, and eventually he'll feel guilty or get tired of her. If he gets tired of you, it was never meant to be.
Well, that's healthy.
You just don't get it, do you? To her, it's not about sex or even love. It's about him being there. She doesn't have to be his only one, just as long as she's one. Besides, in her mind, she probably deserves whatever she gets.
You're really pissing me off, man.
And your manners are slipping, friend. Remember, I'm here to help you.
By giving me some sidewalk prophecy, then I'm gonna fall in love with a girl and only be able to make her happy by hitting her every once in a while?
No, not hitting her. You're not that kind of guy. I know that. Don't do anything extreme. Besides, that's illegal. Just play it subtle. When you're out on a date, compare her to some other girl that catches your eye. If she wears something you don't like, tell her and make it an issue. Dance with her friends. Oh, and I can tell you that a few of them had their eyes on you for quite a while. But when you do, be sure to look at them the way that you would look at her. She'll notice. If you two end up getting married, just ignore her on occasion. Pretend you're having dinner with a stranger. You don't have to hurt her. You just have to make her cry.
You should go.
I plan on it, but not until I've finished. After all, you're learning something, and that something is this. Some people have to be shown things the way they understand them to be. In life and love, you can give people what they want, so long as you mix it with a little of what they're used to. Oh, could I get a water to go, please? Extra ice? Thanks. I'll leave you to do what you will, but show a little decency and make a quick decision. She's been wanting to talk to you since you ordered her that drink, and she's been waiting on me to leave so that she could.
I didn't order her a drink.
Well, the waitress told her that you did. If for nothing else, consider this inspiration.
Oh, hey, Jack. I didn't know you were here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, thanks for the drink. If I had seen you here, I would have come over and sat down.
No, it's fine. I was caught up in conversations anyway.
Yeah, I saw the other guy. I saw him leaving. Are you getting ready to leave too?
I haven't decided.